Why could tariffs send Bitcoin to the moon? Sounds dramatic, right? But hear me out. Because what's happening behind the scenes right now with global trade could be a massive catalyst for Bitcoin in ways most people aren't thinking about. So first, the basics. Tariffs are taxes that governments put on imported goods. And the idea is to protect domestic industries. But in practice, it often just makes everything more expensive. For businesses, for consumers, and for everyone caught in the middle. Now, in 2025, we are seeing trade tensions rise again. The US just raised tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles and semiconductors. And Europe is threatening with countermeasures. Countries are pulling back into protectionism. And global supply chains, yes, the ones that we just have recovered post-COVID, are being stressed again. So what does all of this have to do with Bitcoin? Well, a lot. Because every time these trade battles heat up, currency war follows. Countries devalue their fiat to stay competitive. Prices rise, inflation spreads across borders, and when that happens, guess what people start doing? They look for hard assets. They look for stores of value that aren't controlled by central banks. Gold, yes, certainly benefits, but increasingly, so does Bitcoin. Bitcoin is borderless. It doesn't care about tariffs. It doesn't need a permission slip to move value from one country to another. It's built for a world where economic friction is rising. Thinking about it, tariffs slow down transaction in trades. Bitcoin does the opposite. It accelerates global value exchange in trustless, permissionless way. And when people realize they can move money faster, cheaper, and with no middleman, it starts to shift the behavior. And there's another angle here, capital control. When countries get into trade wars, they often restrict how much money people can move out of the country. That already happened in China, Argentina, Turkey. And what do people turn into when they can't move their own wealth? Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying tariffs alone will moon Bitcoin overnight, but they are part of the bigger trend, a shift towards fragmentation, inflation, and currency stability. And in that world, Bitcoin doesn't just survive, it shines. Now, just a quick reminder, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. This is just my personal opinion based on the current macro trends, how I see Bitcoin fitting into the bigger picture. So always do your own research and never invest more than you're willing to lose. But if these global tensions keep rising and if governments keep weaponizing their trade and fiat currencies, don't be surprised if Bitcoin becomes the escape hatch a lot more people start using. Because when the old system breaks down, the world starts looking for something that can't be printed, seized, or shut down. That's why tariffs, ironically, might help Bitcoin send to the moon.